Is Lollipop Chainsaw RePop going to be worth buying? Really, off the top of my head, my answer is no. At least no if you've played the original game and if you still have it on original hardware. I would not recommend buying RePop on launch. Maybe if you've never played it before and you don't have an older console to play it on, okay, maybe then it might be worth it. But today I'm going to be discussing why I think it's not going to be worth getting on launch. The first thing is the price is $45 for what is basically a port. Alright, I mean, they didn't do anything to up the graphics, and they're charging 45 bucks for it. I think I paid like $40 for my copy on Xbox 360 complete in box. Maybe if it was only like $30 or something, I'd say, okay, yeah, it's probably worth buying. But 45, that's a bit to ask for what's literally a port. They're calling it a remaster. This isn't a remaster. This is a port. Excuse me. Something like Return to Arkham, that is a remaster. Like the huge graphical difference between, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City versus their Return to Arkham counterparts, huge difference. Lollipop Chainsaw, it looks just like the original game on like the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. They have not updated the graphics in any way. And also, RePop is not going to have the original soundtrack. Now, I'm not going to blame the developers for that. It could just be the record companies not wanting to cooperate, or they just or they're just asking too much money. Either way, you're not, instead of like gaining something, like a graphical update, you're actually losing something. You're losing the original soundtrack. This information is coming from a article by PC Gamer. I'll try to put in the description if I remember. Now, one positive for the game is the release date was bumped up a little bit to September 12th. It was scheduled for the 25th, so woohoo. Guess it comes out a little bit earlier. Now, another reason I would be reluctant to buy it is the lack of a physical version. It is getting a limited collector's edition for 150 bucks. But that's the only way to get it physically as of right now. It could just be they didn't think it would sell well enough to warrant a full physical release. I don't know, but that's the only way you get it physically. But one thing I must say that I find intriguing is it's not being released on last gen consoles. I mean, again, they haven't done anything to update the graphics, so if the Xbox 360 can handle it, the Xbox One and the PS4 can, but they were like, nah, we're just not going to make it on last gen. Maybe it wasn't in the budget. I don't know, but that's not happening for whatever reason. And we also don't know the PC specs. I doubt it'll be anything crazy because again, they haven't changed it from like the 360 days. But they, as of right now, I'm recording this at 7:48 a.m. on August 7th. They have not released the PC specs, and there's not a store page for it on Steam. So I'm not really sure what to say about that. Now, what has the game added? Uh, it added a censorship option. If you don't like all the blood and gore in the game, you can tone it down. What else have they added? Oh, there's going to be an option to where you can play it in Japanese in addition to English. I mean, I don't think many people are going to play it in Japanese that are here in America. I mean, some people might. There are some people who watch anime in the original language with English subtitles, but I just doubt many people are going to play this game who are Americans in Japanese. Now, what else have they added? Purportedly, there will be a option to change the color of Juliet's outfits. Okay, that's okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be all outfits or just her default outfit, but that's something, I guess. And purportedly, there's going to be a better lock-on system. That's everything that's being added to the game. That's can't say yeah, I don't think this game's going to be worth buying, at least not on launch. I'll probably get it sometime down the road when it's on sale for like 20 bucks or something. Just to play it, versus the Xbox 360 version, but there's just no reason for me to pay $45 for a game that I pretty much already have, that at least has the original soundtrack on it. They're just not adding enough to the game, in my opinion, to make it feel like it's worth $45. And I think it is worth mentioning, initially it was going to be like $60, I think. And I guess the people spoke out and the developers were like, okay, yeah, 60 bucks is too much. We're going to bump it down a little bit. $45 is a more reasonable price. Maybe if you've never played the original game before and you have no way to play it, maybe then it's worth buying. But if you already have the game on old hardware, or if you've already played it, or if you have an older console, at this point, I would honestly say just get it on the PS3 or the Xbox 360. It's going to cost you less. Unless the prices have gone up last I checked. Because again, I paid like 40 bucks for mine complete in box, and RePop's going to be 45. So, you might even save money that way. But I would like to know your thoughts down in the comments. I mean, do you think it's going to be worth buying on launch? Now being honest, I would probably buy the collector's edition if it was being released on last gen consoles, or if it had a physical release for PC. But since I don't have a next gen console, I don't have a Switch, a PS5, or a Series X, well, there's no real reason for me to drop $150 on it because I can't even use it. Now the collector's edition does have a lot of cool stuff in it, but again, since I can't actually play the game, it just doesn't make sense for me to drop 150 bucks on it. Probably some point down the road, someone will put one up on eBay for like 80 bucks or something. We'll see. But that's all for today, folks. Again, I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comments. For anyone new here, I mostly play, review, and discuss zombie and horror games. So if that sounds interesting, maybe check out some of my other videos. Always remember that Jesus loves you. Peace.